everybody, and welcome back to City Skylines in Asgard. Here with me, Addict. Hope you guys are doing well tonight. It is a happy Wednesday night for me. I've just had a huge day of shopping with my future mother-in-law. It was just me and her, and it was the first time we've ever hung out, just me and her, so it was a little stressy and awkward, but you know, we made it through. And then we got home and we had all this shopping to unpack, and then we had dinner, and yeah, it's been a day. I'm a little tired, but that's okay. Very excited to jump back into some City Skylines gameplay for tonight. I do owe you all an apology for the fact that there was no episode of City Skylines last week. Last week was not my best week mentally, and I just decided to take a bit of a break from videos, so I apologize for that. But again, we're back tonight to keep on going. So right now we are riding one of our buses. This bus takes people from our main town out to our ore industry area, which is very exciting. You can see a beautiful, insanely heavenly looking waterfall over on the right hand side of the screen. We're on just a little local highway. Out to the left there is that little town that I can't remember the name of right now, actually. I'll have a look at that in a minute. And yeah, I'm really happy with how this is all coming together so far. The plan for today's episode is actually to start developing up on top of the hill, start working towards having I need to widen that intersection to a little bit of a new town developing up on the hill, which is going to become our main city. It's going to eventually be redeveloped into high density and all of that kind of good stuff. So let's actually jump out of that bus and jump into the game here for a minute. Hickory Hills, that's the one, and this is our Hickory ore and Hickory quarry over here, which is doing very well. It's 3 stars at the minute. We do just need a couple more workers before we can level up. So that is another reason why we want to start developing at the top of this hill up here, because we have some space, well actually quite a bit of space, to start developing a new sort of town over here in this area. But the first thing we actually need to do is fix this, because this whole thing just makes me so mad, because a train is not going to be able to make that ascent. It is far more likely that a train would stay level and that the intersection would be designed to or if anything, it might go down into the ground slightly, and the intersection would be designed to avoid sort of messing with the train line. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to grab all of these nodes on the train line using the Move It mod. I'm just holding Shift to select them all, and I'm going to hit Control H to set the height to ground level. There we go. Now, this train line is currently still in its elevated state, and I am happy with that. I think I'm going to leave it as that. For reasons that you will hopefully see shortly. Now, we do have some pillars going straight through the train line at the minute, which isn't great, but I think it's going to turn out fine. The next thing I'm going to do is actually just hit my page down button to drop this on-ramp for the highway down below the train line, and that is going to mean that any car that wants to get on the highway has to come down and then go back up again to get on the highway. So I'm just going to make sure it's not like a completely ridiculous looking kind of slope. Again, just using the Move It mod to accomplish that, and I think that looks all right. We could potentially just raise the height of this just ever so slightly, so there's a little more clearance, and that's sort of a reasonable incline, I think, for a train line to make, rather than the incline it was making before. Now, in order to be able to put down any train line, we actually need to construct a train station. And we will definitely have a train station up in this area, but for now, I'm just gonna go ahead and place down a road and place down a train station so we unlock the rails so we can start editing this train line. Luckily, we have managed to save up quite a bit of money over the last few episodes, so you can see we've actually got quite a sum of money here to develop our new area, and also to finagle with this intersection, which would of course cost a heck of a lot of money. So what I want to do is just grab the normal train line, stick it to the ground, and I'm just going to make those 2 pieces stick to the ground. I'm going to use the Move It mod to just move that back. Where am I? Yeah, ever so slightly, kind of like so. Beautiful. And then I might even just page up that one slightly so it's a very gentle rise for the train to make rather than the ridiculous rise it was making before. It's far more likely that cars are going to be the ones to have to go up very quickly to make this intersection work. So I'm going to do a similar thing over here on this side, and I'm going to probably get this one and hit Control H, set it to that height. Get this one, Control H, set it to that height. This one here, Control H, set it to that height so it stays low that whole way through. And I think that's looking quite good. And then again, we're just going to, gonna put anarchy on so I can do it. I'm just gonna make those pieces of the train line stick to the ground, which is fine. And then I might also just make this one and this one the same height as the bridge over there. And we may as well make that middle one the same height as well. Don't worry about the roads going over the train line at this stage. I will fix those up in a second. So I think that's actually probably lower than we really need this section to be. I may just bump that up ever so slightly. If we could see a car actually going through underneath, or a truck, that'll be very helpful. So let's just hit pause right here. So you can see they've actually got heaps of clearance right now under that train bridge. So we can actually raise that up quite substantially, maybe even to more like that. Could be good. Oh, that's pretty close. Let's wait for the next one to come through. No, that's now clipping with it quite badly. So let's just lower that down, back down a few clicks. So the ore trucks can make it under, that's good. I think that's pretty good. I think we've hit a sweet spot there for, yeah, the trucks sort of going under that train line. I'm just gonna do that, just to smoothify that. That's a biffer word right there, smoothify. And then that's looking pretty all right to me so far. Okay, so then what we're gonna do to deal with these guys, so we're just gonna move that back slightly. So the pillars are now next to the train line there. And we're also probably gonna have to just take that up just a few clicks because the train wires were hitting the bridge. Maybe just 2 more clicks, and I think that's looking good now. And then we'll set this one, this one, this one, and this one all to the height of that. Right, and I think that's a much more realistic setup for this intersection, which, by the way, I still don't necessarily love, but it's a bit better. Okay, the other thing that I really don't love is that there's probably just too many lanes up here that more than we need at this stage. So I'm thinking of definitely downgrading this to a 2-way, coming through there and there. Actually, maybe we'll leave it as 3. It just seems like way too much to me. Oh, whoopsie. We could definitely downgrade the ones that go over the top to 2, especially because that obeys the laws of lane mathematics, which we learned from Biffa. And the ones going through the middle here as well can be downgraded to 2 lanes. Oh no, I'm accidentally making them all elevated. Whoopsie. Let's just fix that. There we go. So now when that lane turns off, we've got a dedicated turning lane, which is good. Okay, now the other thing I really don't love about this is how these 2 3-lane roads join in together into a 1 lane each way road, and then they come into a 2-lane roundabout. So basically this all just makes no sense whatsoever. Which is great, which is really great. So what we may do is just pause here for a minute, and I might actually delete those roads. This roundabout I'm going to upgrade to a 3-lane 1-way, yes. There we go. And it doesn't really need to be a highway road either. And then we're gonna have some 3-lane roads coming out of the roundabout, which I'm going to need to brace, I just realized, because otherwise it will lose its perfectly round shape, which we definitely don't want. Right, so then let's grab a road coming off of maybe like here, and we'll just have that running straight up to that road, and then we'll mirror that on the other side. I don't want you to bend, okay? Just go straight, there you go. And then we'll flip that around so it's going the right way. Then what we're gonna do is delete those bracing roads. And then this one here, because this is now 2 small pieces of road, I'm actually just gonna rebuild that one part. And the reason I do that is so we don't get any ridiculous lane switching in the middle of that section of the roundabout. Okay. Beautiful. Now, I don't know at this stage if I'm gonna want roads going off either side of this. And actually, this is looking a little funny. I'm just gonna play with this ever so slightly to merge in with the roundabout like that. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, there we go. Cool. So yeah, again, I'm not sure if I'm gonna want those roads going off on either side. I guess I am. But so this main road going through here is going to be the sort of arterial road of this suburb or this new town we're going to establish over here. So I'm actually going to upgrade this road probably to a 2-lane road with trees in the middle. I think that'll look quite nice. We'll make it tree with leaves too. And we're going to upgrade all along there to where it sort of starts going down the hill. And then what we're going to do to maintain this road as an arterial or like a highway road and make cars want to use it is we're going to upgrade the speeds back up to maybe 80k an hour all along that road. And then they can start going faster as they go down the hill over there. Beautiful. Okay. Now the roads coming off of the sides of these sides of the roundabout, I'm not convinced I want them. I don't know. But again, I kind of wouldn't mind making them big old fat roads, which means this roundabout's starting to look rather small. Too small for the size of the roads that are coming off of it. We might have to see how that goes. And I think I am gonna change it over to these roads just because again, they're just a little bit smaller. Don't look quite so hectic. Okay, now we're gonna set up this as a roundabout by pressing Control, Shift, and click. So that sets it up with Traffic Manager with all the right settings for a roundabout, which is great. And then yeah, we've essentially sort of got a nice starting point for a new area up here. And I feel like this area's story is that it has been established because there is a connection to the railway up here. So I feel like this new town is being founded because the county wants to have access to import and export via the rail. So we're going to make it so the town kind of develops from a train station outwards because I think that is going to make a little bit of sense in the grand scheme of the town's story. So we're going to use just a nice simple rural train station for the passenger station, I think. Yes. Game's just a bit laggy at the moment, sorry about that. And then I'm just going to use the Move It mod just to move all of this just a little closer to that existing railway, right? And then what I'm going to do is actually just put down extra rails so there is a bypass for the trains, so they should only come through to this station if they want to, basically. I don't know if that makes sense. If they are using this station, they can get off of the main rail and then yeah, come into here. And I've also just realized I think I've put this too close to where it starts. Oh, actually maybe not, because I can upgrade that. Yeah, no, that should be fine. That should be fine. Okay, so then how long did I make that? I made that 10 units out. So I'd like to actually just rebuild this section to make it match because symmetry matters. 10 units out, there we go. And then we'll just curve that gently back into the railway. And how many units was that? I don't know. That was 12, okay. I think that looks basically even. It looks like all of the wires and tracks are connected, I think. Yep. And on this side as well. Yep, that's looking good. Okay, so I like that. That's really good. And then what I'm thinking is we're going to have essentially a main street running directly down to the train station. So it's going to be a nice sort of big big old road that runs all the way down to that train station. And this is like going to be the main street of this kind of town area. So we'll have zoning along that road, which is great. But this road, I'm not sure that we will. So that's gonna smack into there. Right, beautiful. Okay, so because this is going to be a nice sort of busy train station and everything, we're going to put a nice amount of car parking around here, naturally, because it's me and I love my car parking. So we're going to place these in there. We're gonna place this one in the middle, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Nice. There we go. That's looking good. And then we're gonna have a nice bit of commercial kind of zoned along this main stretch here, because this is gonna be prime sort of commercial real estate where lots of people come to shop and do things because it's quite close to the train station. And that's where the businesses would have sprung up as this town kind of got established. Right, so then I'm just going to, I don't know why we have all this overgrowth around here. If I can just clear out these trees, and we'll clear out that tree, because that wouldn't be able to exist in between two train, like railway lines in reality. Okay, so then we're gonna get a bit of a kind of grid established in this town here. Just a couple of very basic kind of pretty square roads, just to, yeah, establish a bit of a nice little town. There we go. Okay, now you guys are going to be without any kind of sewage treatment unless I do connect you down to the Hickory ore area, because they do have a little water treatment plant down there. Or we could establish our own sort of little industrial-y area over this side of this roundabout, which might actually make more sense in the long run. So why don't we go ahead and do that? Because it's going to, yeah, it's going to help out long term, because we're also going to want like sort of trash collection up here. We might have a little bit of generic industry up here and all that kind of good stuff. So what we might actually do is make this a road just with grass in the middle. That's nice. And then we might also end up putting a freight rail station over here so that the city can then receive goods via railway. And again, just thinking in terms of like, you know, why this neighborhood would have been established, I think that does make a lot of sense. So it's like, yeah, no, this is a purpose-built industrial area, which was sort of put in place in order to get freight connection in and out of our region here. So what we could do is just stretch that road out like that. We might have another kind of main industrial road sort of run up there, up like that. That's good. And then what we would probably want to set up is a bit of a one-way system. Anytime you put down a cargo rail station, you kind of want to make sure you've got a nice solid one-way system or something like that set up in order to deal with it. So what we might do is for now we'll just pull a road across like so, and then we can use the move it mod to get it into the position that we want it. So that's annoying me that it's not quite in line with the railway. Okay, so we're actually gonna redo that. Take 2, here we go. So let's actually line this up with the railroad. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so then can I fit this? Oh my goodness, that's a bit close. Again, I want to create a bypass. So I don't want these guys, I don't want the trains that stop at this station to stop the flow of trains going through on our regional railway here, basically. Yep, you guys follow me? I make sense in my head. I'm never sure if I make sense not in my head. So if I don't, I am very sorry. And we want to make sure that the trains have plenty of room to queue, sort of on either side of the rail line here, so that, yeah, we don't run into problems with train jams, because train jams can be a real pain in the backside. Okay, that's better. So, all right, so we've got our, like, the start of our sort of one-way system there. And what we might do is just, let me think how I want to set this up. This is going to be a very busy train station. So I'm just trying to be a bit conscientious about how we go about setting this up. Yeah, that's good. Happy with that. And then we'll set that up as a proper roundabout. Lovely. And then of course we're going to need to run water pipes over here. And we're gonna wanna set up a bit of a kind of, I think City Planner Place calls them a public works campus, where we have those things that we need, like, yeah, like water treatment, trash collection, and all those kinds of good things. So we're just gonna run that around in a bit of a circle there. Right, so then let's just set this area up to be that kind of like public works area. So let's just use these lovely industrial roads. And we'll bring a nice straight road up into here. And we will actually have that connect through like that. Yep, I like that. And then it can probably join back on with this one-way system out that way. We'll put a little road in there. We'll put a little road in there. There we go. Okay, so water treatment. Let's get a basic kind of inland water treatment facility. Maybe like there. And we're probably going to want more than one long term. So let's put 2 of those in. And then just connect those up. Beautiful. Okay, and I'm going to hit unpause now so that the simulation can start running. I'm going to zone a little bit of industrial in along here. And then the other thing I want to make sure to put out here is some garbage processing. So let's go ahead and put in a bit of a recycling center. Maybe over there. And maybe, since we do actually have incineration plants on lock now, advanced incineration plant, I mean, that sounds all right. We could put that in there. Nice. Then we're gonna zone this in with, we're not gonna zone along that road because we don't want anything to be competing with the cargo hub to use this road, I guess. There we go. Put in a little more industrial. So now I've got a nice little industrial facility. And then what we could do with this half is, again, my favorite thing in the world, put in some car parking. Or actually what we could also do is make a little, thank you. If I search cargo, I do have some sort of decorative cargo items that I can sort of plop in here. Those are actual like zoned areas. Oh. Yeah, no, that's you're not gonna be happy. Could I put you in? No, you're too big. What about shipping? Yeah, so I've got these like shipping containers. So maybe I could set up some kind of little, really little like concrete area on the other half of this road. And then what we could do is kind of use the prop line tool to line a bunch of these up. I mean, that could be fun. Why not? Okay, there we go. So did I need to put that much attention into this little cargo shipping area? Probably not. Am I glad that I did? Hell yeah, I think it looks great. So cool. All right, now we've got that set up. Let's actually like see how the rest of our city is going, because that literally took my entire attention there. I just got absorbed in doing that. I was like, oh, this will be sweet. And then I just went for it. My bad. So, okay, beautiful. We've got our lovely little industrial area over here, and then we've got, this is looking like our town has grown up very nicely so far. I like that. It looks like we've got a little bit of death care issues that we probably need to sort out. I also would prefer that to just be a giveaway, because I think that doesn't really need traffic lights right now. Cool. And then what we could do is, of course, fix the power lines. I'll work my way over towards those power lines. Cool. So let's continue building out this area. I just want to establish kind of, yeah, nice small community out here that has, again, just sprung up because we needed the area, or the town needed access to the rail, and we moved out here to fulfill that desire. Now, eventually, it's more than likely that this area is going to get slightly upgraded to be more high density. So that's going to be something to look forward to. I think that's going to be really nice when that does happen. Generally, I don't like to have four-way intersections in my cities, but I think in this case, we might be able to get away with it. We'll find out. We'll find out. Okay, so then let's just start building out kind of off of this road. Also, why is that not building, whoopsie, straight compared to the road just there? I don't know. That's really bizarre. Let's actually pull a road out from this direction then. Yeah, that's straight. So I would like this to be relatively dense because, yeah, as I just said, eventually I would like to upgrade it to high density. Which is going to be good. I don't actually want that to connect there. I only want people using our main roads to get through and around the city here. That's better. Oh, that road's not straight. Oh, well. We can live with that. It's fine. Cool. So then we'll have another sort of entrance maybe back here that people can use to cut through. And we might... Yeah, no, that might be okay. Yeah, cool. And let's keep just working our way through this. So this whole town, as I've mentioned a few times, not only has it been established to connect the region to the railway, but I also feel like it's been established to answer the call for more population with all of the amazing like work opportunities that have been springing up around this region, like with the two major industries like farming and ore, especially the ore industry, which has just sort of popped up and started to become quite successful. All of a sudden there's, you know, more need for more people out in this area. So I feel like that's sort of another reason this place has become established. So one thing we're gonna definitely need out here, as I mentioned before, is a bit of death care. It looks like we're having a bit of a crisis with our death care so far. Let's go ahead and just pop that in there. Sorry, I put that slightly too close to that business there. That business may end up dezoning because I messed up their zoning, but that's fine, it's gonna be all right. Okay, and I do feel confident to zone along this road here. It only really needs to be an arterial there at this stage. I might end up regretting that further down the track. Let's also go to the trouble of putting in a nice little medical clinic here. Sorry, I just demolished your newly built house. Let's definitely get some fire protection up in this part of town as well. And this road I'm gonna extend out and then probably connect through down to there, because I think that would be a good idea. We'll have this road come in behind the funeral parlor and kind of just cul-de-sac up the end there. That's looking good. So we might have the fire station kind of along this road. No, actually I don't like that. Maybe, I guess there is good, and then I'll just move it where I want it. And then we're also gonna definitely need a police station up here as well, because safety first. So we'll put that back there. Cool. And then as always, I'm just gonna add a little bit of extra car parking to service those buildings. I have not laid out enough water pipes, so let's definitely fix that on the ASAP. Otherwise my poor Sims aren't gonna be able to shower or drink, which is not something we want for them. There we go. Okay, lovely. So this road already is a little bit on the busier side because it is a main road connecting. So I'm just gonna preemptively upgrade that to be able to handle a little more traffic. Gonna have dedicated turning lanes there. And yeah, for now, while this is all low density, this kind of road network is gonna work, but I do feel like we might be in a little bit of trouble if and when I do upgrade it to higher density. I'm a little concerned about that, but for now we'll stick with it. I'm just gonna put a little bit more commercial in this area, and then probably a little bit of residential back there, back here, back along there. A couple of very small houses can fit there behind the funeral home. That's cool. And then we might put a little bit of more commercial up here near the railway. It can be like the station cafe or something along those lines. I think that's kind of nice. And you can see there are some people coming in through our railway network here. There are freight trains coming in, which is amazing. And it looks like this road is definitely picking up a fair amount of traffic, which is to be expected. Now, I'm hoping that this boom in population will help us get closer to being upgraded here, but it looks like our amount of workers down there has actually gone down. So that's the exact opposite of what I wanted. Let's just keep on building out here and zoning and doing all that kind of good stuff. Another thing we could definitely do, which I think is fairly realistic, is have this highway kind of branch off, or a road connect sort of out this way, so there is another entry and exit to and from the city. And the reason I want to do that is because most towns in reality have more than one way in and out of them. I know my local town here has like at least 4 or 5 main entrances and exits to get in and out of the town. So I think that's actually fair to have another sort of like main route for people to get in and out of the town. And I don't think any industrial traffic is likely to use this as a cut through to get you know, like from here to the highway, because it's so like out of the way. Going over this way, it wouldn't make any sense. I do want to just disable traffic lights. Oh no, that's not what I wanted at all. I'll shoot. No traffic lights, there we go. And I'm gonna say you guys give way. Cool. And then what we might do as well though is actually just upgrade the end piece of this road, just to have 2 lanes so that people can pick which way they want to go, because that's always helpful for traffic. And then what we'll do is connect this road to this road, and then we'll have it sort of go off in either direction as well, with naturally a nice roundabout, because I think that will be a good idea. So let's just bring this road out to there. Yep, and then we'll just extend this highway a little further to there. And then we're going to use our beautiful roundabout builder to pop in a lovely roundabout. I am going to actually upgrade this road to have grass around it, because I think that will just, maybe even trees. Let's go all the way to trees. There we go. That's pretty. Lovely. We'll set it up as a roundabout. Stunning. Oh, although actually, I just realized I don't want those. Yeah, I might have done that a little bit too soon, because I want to add extra roads coming onto and off of this. So yeah, whoops. Probably didn't want to do that just yet, but that's okay. So let's have this road come out of there, which will be great. And this road's going to go off in that direction. And then let's redo our roundabout setup. There we go. Okay, and yeah, now there's an extra way for people to get in and out of the town, to get down to the Hickory Quarry and all that kind of good thing. Something else I'm definitely going to do, and I will do it shortly, is I'm going to add in a bus line from this town down to the Hickory Quarry to encourage the people who are living here to go and seek employment there, because I think that would be really handy. Oh, I have no collision on. Oh. Okay, I am just going to actually just get rid of this power line, because I think once we have this all connected up and zoned in, the power should connect through there. Okay, so let's run some more pipes. I'm just going to turn all my snapping off so I can get it to be nicely under the roads. There we go. Just run that up through there. Very straight pipes. Very happy with my effort here to make the pipes look nice. Not. Cool. Okay, and then now since this is again sort of a main drag, we're just going to zone in some commercial along there, and then fill this in with residential. Oh yeah. Whee! There we go. So this is like a lot of zoning. This is a big new town that's springing up over here. So I am going to paint a district in this area. It's going to have some kind of a name. I don't know what it's going to be. Let's find out. Brook Square. So yeah, if you guys want to leave a name suggestion down in the comments, I will rename it in the next episode. Otherwise, we might turn it into like, I don't know, just call it Brooklyn or something, which could be funny. Not that it's anything like Brooklyn in real life, but that's cool. Right, so let's set up some policies for Brooklyn as well. Let's do smoke detector distribution. Let's encourage recycling. We don't have any schools up here yet. That's not ideal. But we should probably fix that. Let's put in, there's a tax relief for low density. Yeah. And we're going to be a small business enthusiast, and we might, that might do for now, and then we'll see what else sort of develops over time in this area. But yes, we definitely need a nice primary school campus. So let's go ahead and maybe just pause, and we'll turn maybe a section of this into a really nice primary school area. So let's get started on doing that. Okay, great. So very happy with that. That's a nice, lovely little primary school area all zoned in for this community. And then next we're going to put in a nice high school area. So we might use, I guess just the classic high school is fine. But what we might do is actually put it not on this main road. We'll put it on a bit of a side road, which should be good. And I'd like to make this a fairly extensive campus. We want to educate our Sims in this area, and I think it's gonna turn out looking really good if we can sort of make this a bit bigger and nicer. So maybe not that car park. Maybe that car park will be all right. That area, yeah. And then so we've got this is a really nice kind of like soccer field that I'd like to put back here. It's kind of mini, but it's kind of fun. And then we've also got like some tennis courts. Could put in a tennis court down here. Nice. We've also got we've actually got this really nice like sort of big soccer stadium as well. So we could say that this high school prides itself on its students getting involved in sports. Maybe they have a particularly high-performing soccer team that belongs to the school and goes and plays soccer in like a little leagues format or something like that. Let's also chuck in a nice basketball court here. So yeah, it's got like a real sort of focus on that kind of thing. And because all the parents would definitely want to come in and watch their kids play, we're going to add some extra car parking on sort of around the school here, so that the parents can park and then watch their kids play in their big matches, their big important matches. Because I think that's a fun idea. And then the only thing I don't love so far is that they don't really have a nice sort of just hangout area. So what we might do is actually just move some of this around. We might actually just delete that. Just like a kind of a gathering area, I guess, for the students at the start of the day, where they gather around and chill out while they wait for school to start. Also, I don't know why that's not letting me move it, so we'll just use the move it mod. There we go. And then yeah, we'll just put in some nice sort of decoration around here, which is, so this is where the students come at the start of the day, hang out and wait for the first bell to go under this big old tree here. Nice, that's cool. Okay, and again, apparently these guys don't have water. My bad. Cool, okay. I'm liking that. Now, we've still got a fair bit of space over here, so what I could do is just add in a little road that runs up alongside the high school and back down there. And that way we can fit some more residential zoning in there. That would be a very ideal and highly sought after place to live, I feel, like right next to the high school. Like that would be great for your kids to just be able to walk to school every day, wouldn't it? All right, let's also just get a couple of little pathways going through from this neighborhood to that main area to encourage people to walk. And then we're gonna put some commercial zoning along there just to kind of buffer the sound from that main road into town. And I'm liking how this is all coming together. I really am. I think it's starting to look really good. And like what I had in mind for this area. And then across the road from the high school, we might add in just a little more commercial zoning, somewhere where the kids can go after school, grab an ice cream, torment the poor, retail workers who have worked near a high school will know that can definitely be a thing. The after school rush can be one of the worst parts of the day. If you know, you know. And if you are in that life, just know that I feel you, I hear you, and I know exactly what you're going through. Okay, so another thing that I did say I wanted to do was, of course, run a nice bus line down from here through the town and to connect down to the Hickory Ore area. So let's add a stop. I want it to stop potentially in the same spot as that does. There we go. So we'll create a new line And this one will start here, and then it's gonna come up this windy road. Oh my gosh, what a road for a bus to go on. And then it's actually gonna come in and go down this main drag of town through here. Might stop there, and it's gonna stop right outside the train station. It's gonna loop back around, and then back down towards here. Cool. And that's gonna be Brooklyn, name subject to change. Hickory Direct. There we go. And hopefully that'll just encourage more of the people that live up in Brooklyn to come down here and work. Oh, it also looks like we're actually importing a bit of ore at the moment, which is something I do not want. I do not want to be importing ore. I want to be mining that all ourselves. So let's actually just expand our mining operation a little bit. Let's drag this road out this way and kind of continue it along. And then let's put in another one of these sort of very large ore mines just along there. And I think that's gonna look quite cool. And then we could also just do a nice sort of underground mine in the middle. It fries me that is not centered. There we go. Now it's centered. And that'll just help us hopefully stop needing to import anything to run our operation down here, because that's just a waste of money. We're a mega mining corporation. We shouldn't be importing stuff. We should be providing all of the ore for the whole region. That's what I want. And we're just going to connect that up so they have a more direct route. Why have I made that a normal road instead of the industrial road? Who knows? Let's make it an industrial road. Awesome. Get it? Awesome. Because it's an ore quarry. Anyway, and it looks like our new town is really helping to, bump us up towards the next level of awesomeness. Awesomeness. I cracked myself up. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry that you have to put up with my terrible jokes. Cool. Yep. Okay. Now we still got a nice little bit more that we can fill in down there. I just wanted to jump back down here and see what we kind of got up to in terms of filling out this town. Wow, there we go. Hickory Quarry has just leveled up. This is fantastic. We have unlocked the car factory, which is an absolutely enormous building, or industry maintenance building, which will plop down, fiberglass plant, or industry storage, and a large ore mine underground. Okay, hold that thought, Old Town. We'll be back to look at you. I want to look at some of our awesome, oh my God, I can't stop now, new buildings and assets. So the maintenance building, I feel like could go along this road, except I think I've turned zoning off of that road. Regrets. I have regrets. Maybe that could actually go, yeah, over here. Yeah, that's all right. I didn't want it to block the view of our amazing factory there, so that's cool. We also unlocked this. This is a fiberglass plant. So this essentially is an upgraded version of the glass manufacturing plant, I think. So that's cool. We could put one of these in. Maybe if we extend this road out that way, we could pop in a fiberglass plant, start producing a bit more glass. That's fun. And then we also got the large underground ore mine, so that's fun. We could put that in here next to these above ground ones. That's cool. So we're digging out of the hill and we're digging into the hill. I like it. So we're producing, we should be mining a lot more ore now though, which is good. And we're still having some trash collection issues down here, which is really quite frustrating. Do we have any type of recycling plant down here? Possibly we don't. Let's put in an advanced incineration plant over here next to the solar tower so we can collect our garbage more efficiently and get rid of it. Cool. All right. So yes, what was I doing? I was looking down here to see if we sort of really finished zoning in this town, which I don't know that we really did. So why don't we go ahead and just finish that? Yep. Let's put a road coming through like that and across like that. And then can I? No, that's a bit off. We won't do that. We'll just have a little cul-de-sac there. Cool, yeah. And then let's have, this is meant to be all the, yeah, this kind of more sparse area where not as many people live because it's a bit further out, kind of far away from town center. So not a heck of a lot of people want to live up here, but a few people will build some sort of nice new houses out here. It's a nice new development area. And we might just have a nice little, ooh, that's high density. No, 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 no. A nice couple of shops out here. That's kind of cool. I like that. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. Kind of like a little zoning square there. That's nice. And then we could just build this out a little more, I guess. But I'd rather wait until we have this bit unlocked. Yeah, no, it's fine. We'll just leave that as is. Okay, so I think with this town nice and established, with our ore industry leveled up a little bit, we should be able to get ourselves to the final level of Hickory Quarry. Oh, and we also unlocked the car factory, didn't we? So let me show you guys what that is. This is the car factory. We can't do this yet because we need plastic, and plastic you get from your oil industry, which we'll need to establish next, or forestry. This is how big the car factory is. Like, wow. It takes up the whole area of our ore industry so far. So that's pretty crazy. What we could do, I really want to just get our quarry up to level 5. So we might just do a little bit more kind of building and zoning out in this new town because we want to get it, yeah, we just want to get the last of our sort of new population in. That's beautiful. I'm really liking how this town is coming together. I think let's just check on our industry area over here. Looks like our traffic is fine. I say until I see this. What's going on here? Okay, well for a start, that can be a giveaway. And then you guys, what is stopping traffic here? Oh, it's pedestrians. Of course, pedestrians stopping traffic. Okay, I don't want pedestrians crossing at these main, like, on and off. You can cross the road over there if you really need to, okay? And you can cross the road there, that's fine. But just don't get in the way of my traffic flow, all right? What are you waiting for? Go on to the roundabout. That's looking all right. Oh, and another thing I didn't do, which I always do, is if I use one of these main roads as a highway, as an arterial road, I always turn parking off. So I don't want people parking along there. That is definitely not something that you would see. I also don't really want people parking along there. You can start parking as you get closer into this town section here. Okay, let's just speed this up and let's just keep an eye on our quarry here. So we need 800 workers and we've got capacity for 860. But we do just need more people. We need more people to come down here and work. We're not importing anything anymore, which is great. All right, well that's fine. Maybe we can continue to expand out our town up here and hopefully eventually hit 5 stars on our industry area. So I'm just noticing that we are having a fair bit of traffic build up down here. This sort of second entry and exit into our town is getting a little on the busy side, which is not ideal. One thing we can definitely do to help this, first of all, is to just tell these cars not to stop there. We don't want pedestrians crossing there. We also definitely don't want pedestrians crossing on here. We want all of these cars to just flow right through. Because we've got a turn going that way, we can also definitely upgrade this section of the highway to also have, I can't see, there we go, a dedicated turning lane there, so that anyone who wants to turn in can do so. I think that's going to help out quite a bit. If this continues to be a traffic issue, we could look at putting in a roundabout, putting in a small junction, or probably just creating more entries and exits to and from the city. But yeah, we've just been building up some more residential down up in our new town. The quarry, let's see, we are slowly ticking our way towards having our 800 workers, so I'm just counting down for that, waiting for that to happen. You can see I'm just trying to balance the zoning between residential, commercial, and then of course we've got our industrial needs mostly being met by the Hickory or quarry. But just in case we need more, I'm just going to keep an eye on that, and I'll continue to build up our generic industrial park that we set over by the freight station if we do end up needing substantially more industrial zoning, just because it's important to keep the zoning needs balanced while you are wanting to zone a lot of residential. So I'm actually just looking at this section of the highway again, and I'm actually thinking we might upgrade this to be 2 lanes in each direction, just to facilitate people being able to turn onto that road a little better, a little freer. Because then basically the people who are coming straight across can stick in this right-hand lane, and then people who are turning on from this road can stick into the left-hand lane before they then have to merge up here. And I think that's good. I think that's gonna work. So something I haven't done much of at all yet is the intersection marking tool, basically because it's a rabbit hole, and it's a really fun rabbit hole. But the intersection marking tool is an absolutely incredible mod that you can have way too much fun with, as I say. Marking your intersections to look like real ones. And I get very into this sort of more later in my city development usually, but just to show you guys how it works. So you can see here I'm just painting in a bunch of kind of lines and stuff like that to simulate the how a realistic sort of merge would work here. And something that we have a lot of in Alt to create a filler in my area is when a merge or like an extra lane is ending, we sort of tend to have this this zebra stripe to indicate like, okay, you're gonna need to get out of this lane, it's about to end. Or the other thing actually that we do sometimes have as well is like this line here, which one? Would be, the dashes would be a lot smaller and closer together. So it's like, it's ending, you need to get out of this lane, kind of like that. Oh, I kind of like that actually. That looks a lot like, things that I would actually see in my area, which is really quite fun. That makes me happy. So let's do that on both sides here. And yeah, I like that. And then the other thing we can do with the node adjuster is we can also just increase the sort of offset of this to make it so that they have a lot more space to merge in, rather than getting all stressed out because they only have a 10 meter stretch to merge in, they now have a 20 meter stretch to merge in. And I think that works quite nicely. That's cool, I like that. But yeah, so the intersection marking tool is pretty amazing. Yeah, you can do a lot with it. Something that I would really like for City Skylines, just FYI to any mod creators who may eventually one day maybe watch my videos, is with like the ability in Traffic Manager to add priority signs. I would love it if we could add it per lane. And I know that's probably asking way too much, but I would love it if I could say that anyone making this right-hand turn needs to give way, because that's what it would be like in real life, rather than this situation where they'll just go across where there are people coming straight on. I would love that. I think that would just be amazing if I could have that. So yeah, please and thank you. Love Addict. Thanks a lot. Okay, another thing I'm just quickly going to do here while we still wait for our ore industry to level up is I'm going to add another bus line to help cover this lovely little town. And just hopefully if I get it to sort of run around in a loop, it can pick up more of our citizens and get them to the quarry bus line. That is what I would like to have happen. So I'm just going to run it down sort of through these areas. Just have a couple extra stops, a couple extra pickups. It can stop by the park as well if anyone wants to take it to the park. There we go. Have it come through. Yeah, no, it can keep going up the edge of the town here, I think. That's good. Have it come all the way up and connect back into there. Oh, finally. I have been working on building up this town for the last like half hour, and finally we have reached level 5. We have got raw mineral storage, large ore mine, and shipyard unlocked. This is so exciting to me right now because I have been waiting for this to happen. So that's really good. So yeah, you can see the size that Brooke has gotten to in all of my sort of zoning and building, trying to get this thing upgraded to 5 stars. It now is something I just realized we could have done is actually put on a couple of policies as well, which will make the place more attractive. But you can see we are producing lots of resources. We're making money. We're still importing apparently, which really frustrates me, and that's why I was actually just in the middle of putting in some more mining operations here. But yeah, we finally got this place to level 5, so I am going to definitely call it an episode here. But yeah, as I mentioned, definitely if you've got town name ideas for Brook Square, what's currently named Brook Square, leave them in the comments below. I feel like we could almost rename Hickory Hills to something else and then make this be Hickory Hills, but that's okay. And then, yeah, so next episode we might start working more on filling up this area and starting a suburb over here as well. Remembering that the idea is eventually we will have an amazing CBD over here. Oh my gosh, that's insane. Okay, well, I accidentally got rid of that water source and now it's like all running out and I don't know how to put one back because it's not letting me for some reason put a water thing back in here. I don't know why. I'm very upset about it. You can see we've got so much water on this map though. Maybe I'll be okay. Maybe I could put a freshwater outlet pump here at some stage and have this be more of a lake. Actually, that could be something we do. Maybe what we should do really quickly is just block that off so water's not flowing out of there anymore. And then this can eventually be a beautiful lake. Yeah, and then we can have this be a really nice national park area, which is what I was saying before. Just that I wanted to make this like a national park, but I do want there to actually be water in here rather than having no water in there. Anyway, okay, I think that's a sign that it's time to call this episode quits. I hope that you've enjoyed it. I hope that you're excited about our new town area up here and that you are keen to see more of the series. If you are, definitely give this video a thumbs up. It really encourages me, especially, you know, considering this is a new series, so it's always a bit nerve-wracking starting a new series. You're not sure how it's going to go down, if people are going to like it. But leave any suggestions, thoughts, comments below the video. Subscribe if you are not, and hit the notification bell to support my channel. I would really appreciate that too. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.